Good afternoon. This is Dana coming to you from Chattanooga Yarn Company on this very dreary day. It's a great day to come by your yarn shop. I wanted to show you just one little section of our featured summer yarns today, just so you can start getting excited about your spring and summer knitting. The great thing about spring and summer knitting and crocheting is that you don't have to do sleeves. You can just do a short sleeve, you can do a 3/4 sleeve, you can do a sleeveless, so you don't get stuck on Sleeve Island for a month where you just can't stand to knit that whole sleeve. You can knit things at a looser gauge, wear them over a tank top so they go faster because you're on a bigger needle. So I absolutely love summer knitting. It's my favorite. But let me just take you through some of our new summer yarns, which are really exciting this year. So this one right here is 100% linen. It's a woven tape with a hand-dyed effect. The camera really doesn't do the colors justice. We've got everything from the cool neutrals, the whites, the tans, that sort of rich sagey green, into like hot tropicals. The camera does not do this hot pink on the end here justice, but I am telling you, I'm gonna have a top out of that before the summer's over. It is so pretty. I love the new colors they came out with that are sort of semi-tropical, just very exciting stuff. This is a fabulous yarn to work with. Unlike a wet spun linen, it's not going to be really stiff because it's a woven tape. It's got beautiful drape. It's got a little bit of sheen. It's wonderful knit 2 gauge, and I've got a little tank top knit up out of the white, which is knit 2 gauge, so it's, you know, tightly knit, you can't see through it. But where it really shines, in my opinion, is knit a little more loosely with something like a deshane or a ranunculus. And I've got both of those knit up here at the shop, and you can look at them and see what they're like. They're both kind of loosely knit popovers that you would wear over a dress or over a tank top in the summer. It's a great breathable yarn, very nice for hot weather, doesn't make you hot and sweaty. Fabulous yarn, love it. So the next one is one that I carried last year, but they came out with a lot more colors this year, so I really expanded the line. This is Barocco Splash. Instead of being like a self-striping yarn, it just has little like partial stripes. The stripes are just a few inches long, so they're just little dashes of color. It's a cotton viscose, so it's got beautiful drape and breathability. It's kind of a sport to DK, if I remember correctly. Yeah, a DK weight yarn, and it's got great pattern support. So I've got the pattern books here, which have really beautiful knit and crochet patterns in them. And all of these yarns have kind of a more neutral base with the high contrast dashes of color. So like you can see the grays and the taupes, the cream bases, also the kind of soft navy bases. Really fun yarn to work with. We've got a model coming this week knit up out of the black, which is sort of a cowl neck garter stitch tank top that's so pretty. This one's just a real pleasure to work with. Then the next one here is called Wingku. It's a cotton silk blend, kind of a thick and thin, but it doesn't get so thin that like you're just working with a string. It just has enough thick and thin to be textured. The silk content gives it just a little bit of sheen, of course, the sturdiness of silk and the softness. And then, of course, the cotton is what makes it a great summer yarn. I've got some good pattern support for this one. In particular, I have a shawl with a lace edging, like a leaf lace edging, that's really pretty. And it's just sort of a small summer shawl that's great for throwing over your shoulders when you go into a movie theater or a restaurant or somewhere that's absolutely freezing because they're running the air conditioner at total maximum. So this one right here is a new yarn. This is Araucania Alga. It is a cotton bamboo sea cell blend, and I'm not really sure what sea cell does in that party, but it is a sort of rayon viscose type yarn that is derived from, I think, seaweed, which is why it's called sea cell. The cotton, of course, makes it nice and summery. The bamboo gives it really beautiful drape. And then I think the sea cell is what gives it that sort of contrasty, heathery look. when I took this one out of the box, I really thought it was going to be a self-striping, but it is not. It is actually a long gradient. I've got a shawl I'm working on called May I Borrow This Please, which I shamelessly stole the idea from Christy at Hook and Needle in Maryville, which is a great store. Visit her if you're in town. Be sure and visit her on the Great Tennessee Yarn Tour. And it is working out so pretty. So the long gradient on it is just incredible, and it really blends in a really subtle way from one color to the next. So it's not like there's a sharp demarcation between colors. The colors blend into the next color. The one I'm working with right now is this color, which you can't really tell, but it has the most beautiful plum color in it, and I'm really enjoying working on it. So ask to see it when you come in the store, and I will pull it out and let you touch it because it's so soft, and I just love how those colors are working out. Anyway, this is just one little part of our summer yarns, and I wanted to show you that little feature wall, give you something to think about. So while you're planning your spring and summer knitting, you can be looking at ideas for these yarns. Come by and visit us. It's such a dreary day today. It's a great time to come in and see some of the bright summer colors in your local yarn shop. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.